Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday Thanksgiving Day edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, go to Brock and Roof. Parish, Parish, Parish. Unique physique and unique aesthetics and wellness. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Bocock Brothers, premium cigars. Use the code MAT15, 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 15% off your order. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you and yours have an absolutely magical day of stuffing your face with turkey and watching football and Kiffin Watch 2025. A couple of tidbits here, I guess. New tidbits. Brian Kelly, LSU, has agreed to pay the buyout. They have hello.
Hey, can you come get him? He's like gagging or something.
Okay. I gotta go get Drew out of his bed. Erica called me from literally right there. On the other side of that wall is our bathroom. And she just called me from our bathroom to go get Drew out of the bed. Awesome. Okay. Hang on. Right back. Where you going? Huh? Please. Okay. All right. Thanksgiving turkey's up. Yes. Anyway, I'm sure he'll pop in here in a minute. All right. Let's say some good morning. So, all right. So LSU is going to pay Brian Kelly's buyout. I do think part of that was their agreement to do it was not only they had no shot of winning in court, and that Brian Kelly's attorneys called their bluff, but I also think part of that was to be able to just wash your hands of it, be done with it, and move on to what's next, which is trying to hire Lane Kiffin. Go this way. You want to come say hi to Dad's show?
Yeah.
Okay, come see. Oh, my boy.
We're
going to Richard Debbie's house, Erica? What do you say? What do you say to everybody?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Very good. That was sweet. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay. What?
Erica.
You got Christmas jammies on.
Christmas jammies.
Christmas jammies, Erica? We just bypassed Thanksgiving, went straight to Christmas jammies. Yep. His butt says lighten up. It's Christmas lights. All right. So, Erica. So, they agreed to pay Brian Kelly's buyout. I do think a big part of that was just to wash their hands of Kelly so they could move on and also show that they Erica, that they have the money, which I think has been a narrative that they've tried to use against LSU, that they can't afford what they're actually promising Lane Kiffin. Well, you agree to pay the buyout, you move on, you show you have the money, all that stuff. That's one. And then Eli Drinkwitz today has agreed to a contract extension at Missouri. Big sigh of relief, because if something does go sideways with Kiffin Drinkwitz was LSU's number 2. I think this probably indicates that LSU has Kiffin. Drinkwitz was kind of everybody's number 2. He was Florida, it was in the mix of Florida, Ole Miss, all these places. It was kind of like, if we don't get. So he's staying in a place where he's wanted. Good for him. And good for LSU. So if something does go sideways with Kiffin, John Summerall. What? You heard this song, Erica? Okay. Let's say some good morning, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Middle-aged grind. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Peyton, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Stoned Musso, happy Thanksgiving. Josh, happy Thanksgiving. Daniel, happy Thanksgiving. Patrick, good morning. Trivia, good morning. Eric. Okay, you need a tweet. I guess I could start tweeting out the link for Morning Scone. Happy Thanksgiving, Scone. Hope you and your family have a great day. Thank you. Same to you, Roll Tide 99. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Are we all hiding for a family? I'm not. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to go see the fam. We split the day. We start the day with my family and do lunch, and then sometime afternoon we go to Erica's family for like dessert in the evening and everything. So what? Louder. Oh, I don't hear Elmo at all. There you go. Okay. Thank you. Sesame Street, Elmo the Musical. Erica. All right, we'll see you later. Hey, Kelly Gross, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. James. Nick, what up, man? Happy Thanksgiving to you and the fam. Please give them all my best. Getting nice right before this great day. Let's go. Thomas, good morning. Oh, I love the new picture here. That looks great. Carrie Hughes, happy Thanksgiving. We get an Ask E-Rock today. Enjoy the day and Kiffin watch. E-Rock's in the bathtub. If she finishes, my guess is, Carrie, probably not. It's been a minute since we've done an Ask E-Rock, but it's 10 o'clock. We're supposed to be leaving here about 11:30, 11:45. If she's just in the bathtub now, there's not a good chance that we're getting Ask E-Rock, man. Just being very candid. All right. Hey, Brad, good morning. Funny to watch coaches talk in circles when asked they have interest in job. They filibuster like politicians. Yep. Tiger Diver, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Robert, please do a crossover Locked On Gators after this debacle is over. He's talking reckless this morning. Brandon, what did he say? I didn't see Brandon's episode. Like, are they still thinking Lane Kiffin's going to Florida? I don't know who they're talking to and what they think. My buddy Neil McCready from Rebels 247, I think, said it best. Florida is either about to pull off the greatest, stealthiest coup of all time, or they are delusional. Like, there is no in between. Hey, Nathan, good morning. Leon, good morning. Anyone else? Thanks for being off the board. What? We're going to go to Richard Davis' house, Erica. Yes, absolutely thankful Eli Drinkwitz is off the board. And I'm telling you, he was clearly LSU's number 2. And my hope is the reason that he signed his extension at Missouri was LSU was like, we're good, we got it. That's my hope, is why that played out that way. It could, I don't know this, by the way, and it could be that he took the bird in hand, realizing he was nobody's number one and wasn't going to wait for the cycle to spin. Everybody's episode there. Excuse me. Hey, Kyle. Good morning. Rooney, what up, man? Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Dax, good morning. Congratulations on becoming public enemy number one of Florida Twitter. Happy Thanksgiving news. Am I really? Okay. That's flattering. The Locked on Florida guy called you up by name saying you're spreading misinformation. You got a there go? Spreading misinformation. Okay. Hey, Matthew, good morning. T-Bob mentioned the governor having a hand in the NIL part of this Kiffin deal. And Drew. Last time, baby. Happy Thanksgiving, Erica. Okay. T-Bob mentioned the governor having a hand in the NIL part of the Kiffin deal. Anything to that? I don't know specifically what that means. I didn't hear what T-Bob said. And I don't want to comment on that because the last time I commented on something that you all said T-Bob said, you all didn't tell me exactly what T-Bob said correctly. So I didn't hear what T-Bob said. Club, thanks to you as well, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you and yours have a great one. Getting off this thing, go enjoy family and friends. Can't wait till tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. Tiger Baseball. Good morning. Did you see what Neil McCready said on their website? Said LSU's having trouble finalizing the Kiffin offer. Speculative on if we could truly provide the money. I did, and I talked to Neil, actually texted with him this morning as well. I think part of the reason why LSU was like, okay, here's the Kelly buyout, is to appease that part of it. Why did they wait so long to announce Witt's injury? I don't know, Tiger Diver. Like I told you, I heard that he had a fracture the Friday before the Vanderbilt game in Nashville. But I could never get anyone to confirm exactly what it was. Fractured ankle, fractured foot, fractured shin. Like what was fractured? How severe was it? Like, was he having surgery? Was it like I couldn't get anybody to answer any of those questions, and I don't know why they wouldn't. So Witt talked about it this week, but that's why for 5-6 weeks, whatever it was, I kept telling him he wasn't playing. It wasn't a twisted ankle. I knew it wasn't a twisted ankle. What?
Last time, babe.
What?
Erica. Not the song.
You like this song, Erica? Hey, Blake, good morning. Mitch Tygraves reporting we lost Lane, so on to the next coach. Yeah, I don't see that anywhere. Like, that's ridiculous. Hey, Trivia, good morning. Sean, happy Thanksgiving. Matt and family, is the drink extension related to Kiffin LSU? I think they're all related. I mean, I think Drinkwitz was LSU's number 2. He was in the mix for Florida as well. I think he was in the mix at Auburn. He was just nobody's top target. So he was kind of like everybody's fallback plan. And he could have waited to see how all these dominoes fell, or he could sign the extension that Missouri gave him, which, again, Eli Drinkwitz very quickly signed his Missouri extension. Kurt Cignetti at Indiana, Matt Rule at Nebraska. Just go down the list. Mike Elko at A&M. Like, that tells you the story about Lane. Like, all these coaches have their extensions on the table and have signed them, and Lane hasn't signed his extension at Ole Miss, which tells you everything. You should have played the Paris jingle when you got Drew. Goalish might not be locked in for Arkansas. Yeah, man, that was one guy in Arkansas who reported that, and nobody else did. And I feel badly for him, but he made his bed. And look, maybe Goalish ends up at Arkansas, but it sure feels like Goalish is waiting to see if he could be the fallback at like Florida, for example. Like if Kiffin ends up at LSU, Florida is going to want Summerall, but I understand Summerall wants Ole Miss. So if, like, let's say Kiffin comes to LSU, Summerall goes to Ole Miss, who's Florida hire? Drinkwitz is now off the board. Do they go hire Goalish from South Florida? Well, I think he'd rather Florida over Arkansas for sure. Eric Morris from North Texas is off the board. So I'd be willing to bet Arkansas offered him the job, but it sure doesn't sound like he accepted, because if he accepted, it feels like that would be out there already. Eduardo, Fred Schott, good morning. Leon, rumor has it Kiffin has bought a house in Baton Rouge. That is not true. I can tell you with certainty that is not true. All things salad. Morning, Matt. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. We love you, Drew. You bring light to this wonderful day. Team Drew always. Thank you, man. That's so kind. Appreciate it. I agree. Very biased, but I agree. Hey, Bailey. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. John, what's good? Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you for your hard work, especially over the last month. Have a peaceful day. I love how peaceful it'll be, man. Be on this thing the whole day, but let's see. Yay. Last time. Yay. Hey, why are you grabbing the curtain? Can you please let the curtain go? Erica. The Mayo. Happy Thanksgiving. Bubba Smith. Happy Thanksgiving, Erica. Young Citrus. What's everyone's favorite Thanksgiving dish? I'd go fried turkey. We do like a Creole Thanksgiving. We have the shrimp mirliton. The oyster patties, the eggplant bundles, mac and cheese, of course. We have candied yams, all the traditional stuff. But we eat good. We eat good. Hey, Brady, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Jack, Drinky Reed to Missouri extension. He did this morning. They shared it on social media that Eli Drinkwitz has agreed to his extension at Missouri. Happy Turkey Day. Good is sweet. Team Drew. Happy Thanksgiving. Charlie, happy Thanksgiving. Morning, Matt. We're close to KiffCon. Tara Walker, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Are you sweet potato or pumpkin pie? Both. Or is bread pudding better than them both? I mean, I like them both. If you made me pick on Thanksgiving, I'd probably go pumpkin pie, but I like them both. Corey, good morning. Zachary, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, man. Eduardo, happy Thanksgiving. Drew. Hey, Gary, good morning. Brambo, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Sean, Brad, good morning, y'all. Yep. Talked about Drink signing his extension at Mizzou. Think the DeBoer to Penn State stuff ever had legs? After mid-lane Kiffin to the gum seemed to be rolling around in my head. I guess anything's possible. Like, I mean, I could see a world where Bama loses to Auburn on Saturday. Penn State makes DeBoer an offer and he accepts it. I could see that. I mean, I don't think it's likely. I'd maybe like 4%, but I mean, I guess it could. Dennis, good morning. David, good morning. Tiger fan. Drew makes the day brighter. Thank you, man. Look at Bob. Buongiorno. Happy Thanksgiving. Crystal, Stone Musso, Eric Brown. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Appreciate everybody for being here on this day. Jay Pettijohn, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Ryan Amanda Gidry, Clayton Knight. Happy Thanksgiving. Morning, Matt. Hope you and your family have a great Thanksgiving. Kimberly, happy Thanksgiving. Any info on the Darius McKinley decommitment? Does it impact Dom staying or leaving? You know, that's a good question. What?
Yay!
Yay! Woo.
Yay!
Yay!
I want to slap.
And I saw Darius McKinley was at the LSU game on Saturday. Watch your toes. Watch your toes. So I saw Darius McKinley on the field at the LSU game Saturday.
Yay!
And it was interesting because I talked to Shay Tuesday on AFR, and when I was asking about potential flips, he didn't mention Darius McKinley. So it feels like that kind of came out of nowhere. What you doing?
I'm gonna video some daddy's phone for you.
Okay, thank you for asking. That was a very good sentence and very polite. Okay. While I go start videos on Daddy's phone for Drew.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Oh, no.
Parish Construction and Roofing.
Oh, no.
At Parish, we've got you covered.
Probably Luke, didn't it?
From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Please smash the like button if you would, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. We are brought to you by Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need orthopedics, go to Brock. You need a roof, give us a shout at Parish. Unique physique and unique aesthetics and wellness. Great Black Friday specials going on. $8 unit Botox, GLP-1s like semaglutide, tirzepatide. And then, of course, book a session with Crystal Poche over at Restored Motions. And as always, Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars. Use the code MAT15. MAT15. Fall. MAT15. 15% off your order. So I kind of have to go start Drew's backpack, and I also think he has a wet diaper because he just sat on my lap and now my leg is wet. That's way more information than any of you needed. I don't want to shut down the show, but I do have to kind of go start his backpack and stuff. I wish I could bring y'all with me in there. You know what? Maybe I can. Maybe I can bring you with me. All right, let's do this. Let's try this. We're going to do this. Okay. Are we good? We're still good. It's going to be morning scone on the move. Oh, by the way, Erica's Christmas stuff. I mean, we're getting ready. the boxes of Christmas junk. All right. I think we can do this, guys. I think we can do this. While I get Drew's backpack and stuff ready, I can still answer your questions and whatnot. Kiffin will be at LSU 15 years, 9 playoff appearances, 5 natties. Love it. Kiffin Gate, Tate Granger, Ryan. Let me see if I get to a question. Is Lincoln Riley a possibility? No. So Lincoln Riley, actually, if you catch the latest Locked On, we did talk about it. Lincoln Riley affirmed that he's staying at USC. He gave a denial. He was asked, point blank, are you do you plan to be at USC in 2026? He said, absolutely, 100%. So Lincoln Riley off the board, I would assume, and now Eli Drinkwitz off the board as well, as he's agreed to his extension to stay at Mizzou. Dom gone. I don't know that I believe that. I definitely think it depends who the coach is, who they hire, but I wouldn't say that. When would Kiffin sign the contract if it goes according to plan? Saturday, wait till Monday, just in case Bama comes into play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the answer to that, like when he would physically sign the contract. I think the expectation, as I've said for a little while now, is that he would be in Baton Rouge Monday. Remember, Wednesday is the early signing period. So you would love to have this thing wrapped up in time for that. So you would love to have Kiffin. This is the bag. You always see Drew's backpack, but this is his feeding bag. So you prime it and get his formula that he gets. So anyway, point is, you would love to have Egg Bowl. Like, let's say they finish the deal with Kiffin. Okay, Egg Bowl's Friday. They announce he's coming Saturday. He gets to Baton Rouge, introduced on Monday, and then you're calling everybody in your recruiting class to get this thing done, to finish the recruiting class without hopefully losing any more commits. Priming this. Gravity helps you go faster. Come on. Patrick, good morning. Look at this. From Florence, Italy. Buongiorno. I'm so jealous. Thanksgiving in Florence. It sounds amazing. Although I don't know, I don't think the Italians celebrate Thanksgiving. This is just an American holiday, isn't it? But still, I mean, you're in Thanksgiving. You're in Florence. Amazing way to spend Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a special night. Jimmy Walker used to say, "Daddy." That's right. Okay. Sweet hoodie, Matt. Thank you. Jason? Is that Jason? Jachin? Jason? Yeah, people love the Parrish hoodies. Like, we got these obviously for a cruise. So during the cold weather months, I mean, they need to be warm. So we got these for our cruise to wear. I stole one. I wear it all the time. Love it. Super comfortable. Great hoodie. All right. Got Drew's stuff ready. Now let's go back to the office. Eric, what's up? Tate Granger. Eric, LAFLTX, Alec. Happy Thanksgiving. Matt, hey, Drew, is your prediction still 91% or hasn't moved up? I mean, look, I said 91%, mostly making a mockery of putting a number percentage on something like this. I mean, 91%, 92%, 87%. I mean, who cares? The point is, like, I'll be right back.
We'll go with
Go to Richard Davis' house, Erica. The point is, let's see. I'm plugging everything back in here. Hey, Drew, come here. Okay. Hey, Drew. Drew. Make sure our audio is good. All right. Okay. Hey, come see. We got to put on your backpack. What up? Yo, let's see. Come here. Are you wet? You are wet. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wet. Erica. Hang on. Okay. Hey, Brad. Good morning. Stadlers. Matt, 25 million LSU is guaranteed to roster bike. Is that exactly accurate? We'll have to prove that to the issues. Okay.
What is
Come here. Is it blow or come here?
the backpack?
Hey, go see mommy. Tell mommy change your diaper.
That's a backpack.
Go see mommy. Okay, so the Kiffin, the 25 million for the roster. I did last weekend. I did an episode of Locked On where I explained that whole thing with the money. And it's the one we're talking about. Here it is. I'll grab it. I'll post it in here for anyone who's interested. Talked about the contract and we talked about the NIL. Remember, NIL is no longer, you can't just give someone $40 million for the roster, right? You have to have a plan for how you're going to get those deals approved through the clearinghouse. So it's a huge part of this now. It's one of the things that LSU has been super proactive about. So I went into great detail about that. I even went back and pulled clips from an interview I did with Clay Harris, who's LSU's chief revenue officer from May. It's a blower. And he told me in the interview we did, and it was March or May. It was March maybe, that they had been working on it for 12 to 18 months prior. So on how to work through their Fly Max program to get these deals actually done. See, that's the difference. When you have a school like LSU, with a brand like LSU, where you've had Angel Reese and Flaugier and Livy Dunn, Paul Skeens and Joe Burrow and Mondo Duplantis and all of them, right? When you have a brand like that and Jaden, when they want to do brands will want to do deals with LSU. And so, did you go see mommy? You're soaking wet. I see a blower. Come here. We have to start your backpack. Come here. We give your meds and start your backpack. Hey, come here.
I see a backpack. Whoa.
Come here.
I see see a backpack blower.
Come here.
I see a backpack blower.
See a backpack blower. Come here.
What is that?
It's a backpack blower.
Backpack blower.
Blow. Wait.
How many?
A bajillion.
No.
Drew, stand still. Get your minutes. Hey.
Damn.
Wait.
Wait. Wait. Just a minute. We're fortunate. Big plan.
Two more. Wait. Two more. And then you go see mommy.
Two more then blow.
No, two more. Then you go see mommy and change your clothes. And then blow her.
I see a backpack blower. I see that's a backpack.
Okay. Ready? Right. Go see mommy. No. Go see mommy. Hey, go see mommy. Change your clothes and then blow her. Okay. Thank you for being patient. Sorry. Let's see. I'll just go to the bottom. I'm like 30 minutes behind on comments. Let's see. Chris, happy Thanksgiving from Florida. Could you turn the camera around so we see your control center set up? Thanks for all the hard work. Drew, go see mommy and go change your clothes, please.
Yeah.
And then blow her. You want my control set up? It's a wall. Drew Brees. There's some Reese's miniatures. There's my audio roadcaster. There's my microphone. And this is what I look at. I look at a wall. I look at a wall so you all could have the backdrop of The Office instead of you all just having the backdrop of a wall. Bless you. Isn't that better to look at The Office as the backdrop? Go see mommy. Hey, go see mommy. Hey, go see mommy. Go change your clothes. Babe, here his backpack's ready. Yes. What do you want me to do?
I see a backpack blower. That backpack blower.
Matt, don't be yelling at my nephew. He don't want to keep still. No, he can't. But he can't. Whenever I'm holding that extension that's like connected to his belly, if he moves away, like I could, while I'm holding it, and he moves suddenly, like I could yank his button out of his stomach. Like that would be bad. Then you'd have stomach contents everywhere, and that's no fun. Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt. Matt, I can tell you a full scoop of everything. You just can't say a lot right now. Appreciate the good work. No, I don't know that I would say that. I would say that that there's a lot that I've been told that I don't know that I responsibly want to say. I'll tell you what I'm comfortable and responsibly saying that I have multiple sources independent of each other that I feel like there's a lot of things that I mean, look, this whole thing with Kiffin turned. So 2 weeks ago today, it turned 2 weeks. It was the Thursday 2 weeks ago today, because that's when, and that was at a time where the Florida people were saying done deal, done deal, done deal. And they were very much in the lead at that point. But it was 2 weeks ago today that Layla Kiffin planned her trip to Baton Rouge. And that weekend, when Florida was all done deal, that weekend, I said this: Lane Kiffin to Florida is far from a done deal. And Lane Kiffin to LSU is very, very, very much in play. So that's when this whole thing changed. So that clip you just saw was not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, the day before Layla Kiffin came to Baton Rouge, because I knew she was coming the next day when I recorded that. So when everybody was like, done deal, Florida was like, done deal, done deal, done deal, I was like, no, it ain't, because Layla Kiffin's coming to Baton Rouge tomorrow. That was that. And then that week, they had a good trip. And that week, everything just kept trending toward LSU, to where last Friday is when Kiffin met with Keith Carter and Chancellor Boyce. They didn't come to a resolution. So everything that I've been told played out how I thought it would. And now you got to see if you can get to through tomorrow without him deciding to stay. And look, here's, if you want Lane Kiffin, here the best thing you could hope that happens is a clearer path for him to come. So pull for Mississippi State tomorrow. If State beats Ole Miss, he gone. I mean, they may not let him back within the Oxford city limits. Like, pull for Mississippi State tomorrow. That's one. Also, even if Ole Miss wins, which they're favored, even if Ole Miss wins that game tomorrow, then one thing that could delay further is if Ole Miss makes the SEC championship. Well, in order for that to happen, A&M would have to lose and Bama would have to lose. So tomorrow night, as painful as this may be for you, you need A&M to win. If A&M beats Texas, then Ole Miss can't go to the SEC championship game. So now they're not playing next week, and they're waiting for their playoff, berth, whatever may happen, all that stuff. So you want Mississippi State to win tomorrow, and you want A&M to win tomorrow. Well, you want State to win, but if Ole Miss wins, then you want A&M to win. Kind of cheering, it's kind of like what you're cheering for. Brandon Olson of Locked On Gators down to the veracity of your Florida source. I don't have a Florida source. I have multiple Florida sources. And I just think interesting. I just think that he is not. I just think that if Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, it would be for LSU. Or I think those are really his options. He's either, if he's leaving, he's going to LSU, or he stays at Ole Miss. I think that's what this comes down to. The Florida piece of it feels very much like that ship has sailed. Like, he had a choice between LSU and Florida. He put LSU ahead of Florida. And so it's either he's coming to LSU or he decides to stay at Ole Miss. Hey, Glenda, good morning. Jim, good morning. Brandon, good morning. I'd take Kiffin or Dillingham. It's interesting. I don't know that the feeling on Dillingham is as strong. Kind of feel like if it's not, like if Kiffin decides to stay at Ole Miss, like let's say they win, he decides to stay at Ole Miss. I feel like Sumrall would be next for LSU, especially with Drinkwitz off the board Clint, happy Thanksgiving from Greenville. You see Locked on Gators talking about you last night. I did not. Mike, since Drinkwitz is off the board, who's number 2 at the moment? Yeah. So my sense last week was Kiffin. Drinkwitz had kind of been established as LSU's clear number 2. And then it felt like Sumrall was next. Which I'll say this again. If Kiffin ends up staying at Ole Miss, I would be over the moon if they hire John Sumrall. Everybody wants Kiffin. I get it. For all the reasons we've talked about now for every day for 2 weeks. But I love the idea of John Sumrall. 43, played in the SECs, coached in the SEC at multiple stops, been a head coach at multiple stops. Gets this era culture of like NIL portal, all of it. Relatable, great energy, knows Louisiana. That would be awesome. After Dad's show, we're going to get dressed and go to Richard Debbie's house. Okay?
We'll go right here.
Okay.
Dad'll say it.
Go to Richard Debbie's house, Erica? Did that one. Hey, Bill, how fast can I make a gumbo to take to Thanksgiving dinner? I don't know. You can go to Rouse's and pick it up. Hey, Matt, happy Thanksgiving from Florida. Could you turn the did that one.
Dad'll say it.
I've watched you since fastest hour when you produce for content. I probably agree less of half of what you say, but your coverage of Kiffin Wise 2035 is minutes. Erica. Go to Richard Debbie's house, Erica. And by the way, Diggy D357, if you agree with less than half what I say, if you just enjoy being wrong more than half of your life, that's fine. Hey, Bill, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you, man. Matt, you never have to apologize. Take care of the boy. I appreciate that. I know. But I also understand that, like, if I go live and people are here to watch the show and then I have to, like, get distracted and do stuff, it's weird. So, Jeremy, Scone, hope I'm wrong. Hope we aren't getting played with all these extensions. I don't think, listen, say this very clearly. I do not believe LSU is getting played. I don't think Florida is getting played. I don't think anybody's getting played. I think Lane Kiffin has had an extension on the table at Ole Miss for months now. He could have signed it at any point. He hasn't. It's because he has real and sincere interest in going somewhere where he feels like he can win. The thing that is conflicting for him, obviously, is leaving a playoff team. Leaving his team with the opportunity to go into the playoff. So, what ultimately drives his decision, his football decision, which I believe people who have told me, I've told you before, like, I don't know Lane Kiffin personally, but the people who I've spoken with that know him very well have all said that this will be a football decision. Remember, we talked about the thing about his, the comment he made about his dad. We played that clip for you when he's speaking at his funeral and wondered why they moved so much because it was hard on them as kids, but he realized that it was all part of his dad's story and it was God's plan. So, like, that part of it, I think he's telling you is the justification for leaving, for moving. But he's got a really hard decision to make because if his team wins tomorrow, they're going to be in the playoff. And do you leave? And he's worked really hard to rehab his image. Over these years, and it would take a serious hit if he left a team in the playoffs. So I think that's what he's probably weighing. So that's why I'll say, if you want Lane Kiffin to be the LSU coach, you really want them to lose tomorrow. You really, I mean, shake those cowbells. Thank you, man. Appreciate that very much. Got to find my spot again. Hold on. Is Joey Freshwater going to LSU? Hey, Tracy, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Good to see you there. Jordan, congrats on Without Cause. Happy Thanksgiving, BK. Darren, good morning, Scone. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Glad to see LSU paying the buyout. Sucks. LSU brand must be protected. I agree. I mean, you signed the contract. Hey, Garrett, good morning. Good morning, Matt. I watched Neil McCready say Lane is a little concerned about how LSU will fulfill their promised NIL money. Yep. I referenced that just a bit ago. I think LSU has through the NIL LSU Max program, a very real, strong plan laid out for how they do that. So I shared that link a bit ago. I'd highly recommend you check it out. Tim Brandon was on Bobby Hebert. He thinks Lane is trolling LSU and staying at Ole Miss. He's definitely not trolling. Like, he may stay at Ole Miss, but he's not trolling. Like, you got to understand there's a difference in that. Like, trolling would be you're going through all this just to have fun and make people squirm. And, like, nobody's been more uncomfortable about this than him. He's created division among his players through all this. Boosters, administrators. Like, this isn't just trolling. If you're trolling, everybody is in on, like, on that side would be in on the joke. They're not in on the joke. Advocate for the G button as well. Putting this back in is tough, especially when they don't want to sit still. Yeah. Man. Hey, Paul. Happy Thanksgiving, Matt. Do you think Kiffin has to have thought Miles and Ogeron won natty? Coaches Urban Water 1-0. Yeah, I mean that's a huge part of it. Morning, Matt. Happy Thanksgiving. What kind of microphone do you use? This is an RE20. Let me show you the box. I have it. Anyway, these are the ones we use at the radio station. Over Vegas Bowl invitation. For whatever it's worth, I was told this week it looks like either Gator or Music City for LSU. For whatever that's worth. Subject to change, nothing's done, but it looks like those are the two most likely destinations, Gator or Music City. Not sure why people keep bringing up Dillingham. He's not interested in the LSU job. I get every ready, but the roux. Should I make gumbo for Thanksgiving? Only have an hour. Can I? Should I make it? Up to you, man. Happy Thanksgiving, Matt. Morning Scone is a, thank you for the sentiment, but Morning Scone is a G-rated show. So no cursing on Morning Scone, please. But thank you for the sentiment. I appreciate it. Hey, Randall, good morning. When will you make your LSU baseball prediction for the season? Oh, golly. The week of the first game. My brain is not even there yet, man. Mandy Schlegel, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Blaine, good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Chris, Kiffin, a.k.a. Joey Freshwater, has never been to an SEC championship game, much less college playoff. True. Can you confirm anything on Kiffin closing on a house on Stanford Avenue close to Mulkey? No. I don't know where that came from. And I can tell you with certainty that he has not closed on a house. Kelly, hope you're right about this, but you know it is Lane Kiffin. You hope I'm right about what? I mean, everything I've told you from the beginning is the interest is real and sincere. Layla Kiffin visited here. He's picked LSU over Florida, which he has. And I've said nothing is done until the ink is dry on the contract and he's being introduced. So you have to sweat it out for a week. And so we're in the middle of that week sweating it out. He could always make the decision to stay at Ole Miss. I do not think he will be at Florida. You saw the media poll thing yesterday, which was overwhelming LSU. Like 59, there were 80 people that voted that were polled. 80 or 59 said LSU. I think 17 said Ole Miss, 5 said Florida, and 3 of them cover Florida. So, I mean, are all of those very credible people wrong? Like, I mean, so you could say me, but like, Andrea Adelson, Brooks Austin, Bill Bender, Peter Burns, Chris Childers, Cole Kublik, Ross Dellinger, Shea Dixon, Scott Doctorman, Dennis Dodd, Dusty Dvoracek, Bud Elliott, Chris Felica, Bruce Feldman, Paul Feinbaum, Brian Fisher, Pete Futak, Pat Forty, Steve Greenberg, David Hale, Matt Hayes, Kirk Herbstreit, Desmond Howard, Shihan Jiraiya, Gus Johnson, Big Cat from Barstool, Joel Klatt, Sam Kahn, Joey Kanish, Matt Leinert, Tom Luganville, Stuart Mandel, Greg McElroy, Matt Millen, Tim Murray, Pete Nakos, Rick Neuheisel, Kevin Nagandi, Dari Noka, Josh Pate, Chip Patterson, J.D. Piquel, Brad Powers, Brady Quinn, Scott Ravelay, Steve Richardson, Adam Rittenberg, David Ross, Ralph Russo, Andy Staples, Phil Steele, Paul Stone, Jenny Taft, Clay Travis, Jake Trotter, Andre Ware, Ari Wasserman, Dan Wetzel, Colin Wilson, and Adam Zucker, all picking Lane Kiffin to LSU. Are all those people wrong? Like, if I'm wrong, they're all wrong. I think it's exactly what I've said all along. Like, he's very likely to end up at LSU. He could always change his mind and stay at Ole Miss. I think that would be extremely toxic if he did. And there's a lot of people over there that are ready for him to go. JJ's house, Erica. But this would be interesting. If Ole Miss ended up in the SEC championship game, do you think Ole Miss administration would want him to coach the game? Not if he's leaving. Like, that's the complicated part here. If he's telling them he's leaving, they need to move on and get their new coach, because from Ole Miss's perspective, their fear is they can't go hire a new coach while Lane Kiffin is still their coach. And Erica, and my understanding is they would want to target John Sumrall. Well, Auburn and Florida reportedly also have interest in John Sumrall. So if Ole Miss keeps kicking the can down the road with Kiffin and the pool of candidates starts to thin out, and Eric Morris has already taken from North Texas, has already taken the job at Oklahoma State. Drinkwitz has now signed his extension at Missouri. James Franklin is now the coach at Virginia Tech. You see a point, like, the candidate pool is thinning out. And the longer you wait, other schools are going to make their hires. And so from Ole Miss's perspective, like if Kiffin were staying, signed his extension, then it's what it is. Great for them, whatever. But the longer he stays, if he's planning on leaving, the more it compromises their ability to hire their next coach. Does that make sense? Blaine said you can't wait till past Sunday. That's it. You lose your recruiting class. I think LSU would wait to the end of the playoff as long as they knew he was coming. That's the challenge is, do you keep waiting without assurances that he's coming? That's the challenge. Yeah, this is the complex part, right? The bridges at Ole Miss seem burned. I'm going to say Rebat had the image at this point.
Där jag säger. Vad jag säger.
Erica. Okay. Please smash the like button if you would subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Let's see. Who's plan B now since Drink signed an extension? I believe it's John Summerall. I think the order was Kiffin, Drinkwitz, Summerall. And I think Dillingham was in the mix somewhere, but if he stays, then I think Blake Baker is sort of your safety net plan. I don't think that's what LSU wants to do, but I think that would be their safety net where you could promote the very popular assistant who's going to be a head coach anyway. You'd keep a lot of staff in place, and you could certainly sell it from the perspective of all the assistants who were first-time head coaches, right? Kirby, Lanning, Marcus Freeman, Ryan Day, Venables, Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma, all on down the list. If he stays at Ole Miss, it's championship or bust. And by staying, he's saying it's easier path to championship at Ole Miss than LSU. No way he believes that. You know, one thing that I heard was that all of the national negativity from guys like Herb Street and like that were outspoken about Lane possibly leaving, that kind of weighed on him, because he's worked to rehab his image, right? From leaving Tennessee for SC and being fired on the tarmac and being an analyst at Bama to then being fired by Saban before the national championship game because he was distracted, to like being at FAU and then these last 6 years at Ole Miss, now he's rebuilt. Like, would you unravel all of that? With this decision, you know? Hey, Mandy, Kelvin Shepard. I heard Kelvin Shepard early in the process. I know there were some boosters that were very high on Kelvin Shepard. I do not believe that is the case anymore. LSU is not only begging, laying, they are paying his family members. Okay. Yeah. I think, Sean, I think with Drinkwitz out, I think that would be it. Now, I haven't heard anything to the contrary, but Saturday made pretty clear to me that Drinkwitz was LSU's the clear number 2. With him off the board now, I would just assume that would bump up Summerall, which I would be thrilled with. You know, like if Kiffin decides to stay at Ole Miss, which, God, this still seems so hard to believe at this point. But if he decides to stay at Ole Miss and LSU pivoted to Summerall, I'd be over the moon about that. Morning, Matt and Drew. If Kiffin stays, I can't help but feel there would be resentment on both sides. You mean with Kiffin and Ole Miss? Probably. Oh, I think that's real. Be happy with Summerall. Let's see. When Lane comes, which high school is Knox transferring to? I mean, I would assume U High, but I don't know the answer to that. Good morning. I have this sick gut feeling he's staying at Ole Miss. He could. I mean, it's always been a possibility. It's the thing, like, you...
Peekaboo.
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 I want Daddy's slap, please.
Okay, my baby. Come see.
And then after that show...
After Dad's show, later we're going to get dressed and we're going to go to Richard and Debbie's house. Erica?
We'll go with your dad's house. Let's go.
Yep. And say, Happy Thanksgiving. Okay. What are you doing?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Eric. Why are you kicking that wire? Okay. You gonna go watch your iPad? Okay. Unpopular opinion, Summerall would be awesome at LSU. I don't think that's unpopular, Trey. I completely agree with you. I would be fired up about that. Read a report about Kelly to Penn State. I asked a few people that I know that cover Penn State about that. It didn't seem like there was much to it. But I don't know. I don't cover Penn State. I don't know. If not Kiffin, Dillingham, Klein, OC from the Aggies or Summerall. I've not heard anything about Klein. You're talking about Colin Klein, Texas A&M's offense coordinator. I've not heard his name mentioned once at all. Someone should ask Joe Burrow to be head coach. Kimzo, good morning. If Summerall is next, LSU is in a great spot. I would agree. What are your thoughts on what Honey Badger said about Kiffin questioning his loyalty? I disagree because every single coach you've ever hired was coaching somewhere else. Like every single coach leaves where they are for their new job. So then you could make that comment about literally every coach that's ever taken a job ever. Nick Saban left Michigan State to come to LSU. Jerry DiNardo left Vanderbilt to come to LSU. Les Miles left Oklahoma State to come to LSU. Nick Saban left the Dolphins. Lane Kiffin left FAU to go to Ole Miss. Like every single coach that has ever taken a job ever anywhere has left a job where they had recruited kids and had coaches there and families and uprooted. I mean, it's just part of that process. Below. How does Drink not want to get out of Missouri? I don't think he didn't have let's call it a committable offer. You know, I mean, he was everybody's fallback plan. And so Missouri's like, you want an extension? We're ready. We're ready now. Our pen or yours. And everyone else, he was just in a holding pattern, waiting on someone to offer him their job. He was everybody's number 2. Weird how when we're negotiating a buyout, we could have settled for less. Now we're paying him the full $54 million. That's why you settle. It's the point I made. Like, it's why you settle. Now Kelly could end up getting a job that offsets that, and it ends up being a really good decision. Or they could end up paying him $54 million over the next 6 years. At this point, wouldn't mind if it is Summerall. Summerall's probably off the board too. Summerall's not off the board. But if Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, Summerall is their number one. I think Summerall is probably Auburn's number one too. And I believe Florida would want Summerall as well. Summerall probably accept the job by Monday. A job by Monday, probably. I think that's fair. If we have a resolution of whatever Kiffin's going to do. Kiffin's just the first domino. Either he's staying at Ole Miss, he's coming to LSU, whatever. He'll make that decision, then every domino subsequent will fall. So whatever Kiffin decides. Like if Kiffin stays, then where's Summerall? Does LSU offer Summerall? Does he pick LSU? That'd be great. If Kiffin comes to LSU, Summerall probably goes to Ole Miss. What does Florida do? I don't know. Maybe they pivot and offer the job to Alex Golish. Shay, Drink doesn't sign the extension with Missouri without clear indication that we have Kiffin. I think that's a logical train of thought. But I think it could also be that Kiffin realized, or that Drink realizes he could end up without a great option. For example, let's say, hypothetically, let's say Kiffin does pick LSU, Summerall ends up at Ole Miss. Now Auburn and Florida are open, but what if neither of them have Drinkwitz at the top of their list? Does he get one of those jobs? Maybe. But if he doesn't, then does he go back hat in hand to Missouri? A little awkward, you know. William, to my favorite sports personality in BR. Happy Thanksgiving, Matt, to you and yours. Thank you, William. Appreciate that, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Good is sweet. Yay. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta go get ready.
Yay!
All right. Yay. Yeah, see, like this, though, Golish, the Arkansas thing, that had one guy in Arkansas reported that, and nobody else has. So I believe Arkansas has probably offered him the job, but I think Golish is waiting to say, let me see if I have a better option. And what if Florida ends up offering Golish their job? Like, what if Kiffin, Summerall, whatever, were stay, or Ole Miss, LSU? Does Florida, and Drinks off the board, does Florida offer Golish? Well, if you're Golish and you have Florida and Arkansas, of course you're taking Florida. Something must be apparent to LSU, so they have not spoken to anyone else. So that's not true. Like, they have absolutely done their due diligence. And remember, when you speak to an agent, you're speaking to multiple candidates, right? So if you're speaking to Clint Dowdle, you're talking to Marcus Freeman, Eli Drinkwitz, John Summerall, Kenny Dillingham, his whole list of candidates, right? So I think LSU's done all that due diligence. They're just willing to wait for Kiffin. They've been willing to wait for Lane Kiffin the whole time. And so hopefully get an answer on Saturday. Pull hard for the Bulldogs. Wait. The dumpster behind Frost Top would be a better gig than Arkansas. All right, I got to go. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving, man. Very happy to see everybody there. And have a great day with family. Be blessed. Be safe. Yay. Say happy Thanksgiving. All right, y'all. We're nearing the end of Kiffin Watch. Hopefully we can all just move on soon. Anyway, y'all have a great day.